Hi, so this is the Kingfisher edit in Lightroom. I have Lightroom Classic CC from 2018, so that in terms of technology it's a dinosaur, but it works absolutely beautifully. It's the one with the dehaze in, so it's therefore a pretty cool version. Dehaze is if you take a photo with a lot of mist, you can dehaze it and the mist kind of lifts. It's the most amazing tool. If you do a lot of floral photography and you like that soft look, the dehaze can work the other way, can make everything really soft. But we're not doing that now. We're going to be doing the Kingfisher. So I have two here. I'm not going into how you import into Lightroom and synchronize folders or anything like that. In Lightroom, you can of course do the before and after, but just for the sake of the video, I've got a nice before and I'm going to fiddle with this one. Okay, so on the right here, you have all sorts of settings for your whole image. At the top here, you have your brushes and your radial tool, and I believe the very, very latest version of Lightroom is somewhere down the side somewhere. But Photoshop, of course, is at the top. Okay, but we are in Lightroom. This is the basic, okay? This is a sharp image. We're not going to do anything with sharpening. We are just going to add a bit of light. This is a nature image. We want to do it very naturally and very subtly. So add an exposure. Just a little bit. Take away some shadows. Okay, and take away some highlights. I do this for every single image, no matter what. Okay. We now, you see it's just starting to sort of highlight out there. So we're going to put that back with brushes. We're going to get some more detail in there with the brushes and a bit in the tail, and then we're going to use the radial tool for the eyes. Okay. So, brush. Right, your last settings here, or if you've never had any settings, will be there. You double click on the word effect and everything goes back to naught to pay. You're on your brush, adjustment brush, you're on new, and sort of set it here, because you can go and change. There is your feather. If you go down to the bottom here, you'll see your size. Feather, always make it about 50, flows naught. The one thing you've got to make sure is that yeah, that's all. That's what you're going to make sure of. Okay, so let's go back to the top, just scroll back there, and we're going to just brush in here a little bit. Now you see it's already going a little bit grey, and I don't like that. That's too much exposure, so we're just going to dial that back a little bit. Okay, there's a funny little white patch there that's really catching the light, so I'm going to do new, and I'm going to leave the settings like they are, and I'm just going to go over that again on its own. And it's gone a little bit grey, so you just take it out there. You see I've gone a little bit over the edge. That's perfect. You still on your adjustment brush, and you hold the Alt key down, and you just brush it away there again. I actually think it was in the other version. So we go to the other brush, and you brush away, and then it's really brushed away. Okay, so you can just click on there, and you go from brush to brush. Okay, so if you hover over, you will see where you've actually brushed. Okay, that's pretty cool. Right, don't really worry about the shadows there. Okay, we now want another new brush. We double click on effect, and this time we're going to work on the shadows here. So we want to add a little bit of exposure, take away some shadows. Okay, and we're going to brush here. Now be really careful. Watch this exposure. It just being noisy and really awful. So we really just want to do it very naturally. Okay, even the shadows there, just watch that. If it starts getting noisy, you've gone too far. If it's solid black and it starts going green, you've gone too far. Okay, oh, and maybe just brushing a little bit by the tails. Okay, so that's about it. We're now going to go to the radial tool, or the radial filter. Click on that, and again, just double click on effect, because we're going to do our new thing. So now, we're going to draw it. Okay. And you don't worry about the shape, you can resize, you can do whatever you want. So we sort of need an eye shape, and then you just move it to where the eye is, okay? And add a little bit of exposure. Okay, now watch this. It's doing what it defaults to. It's going to the outside. We want to put it on the inside. Okay, you always want to put it on the inside. Okay, let's go back up there. So just, we don't want it to look silly. just a little bit lighter. I always just then add a little bit of contrast and a little bit of saturation, because sometimes these eyes, a little bit more, are like these beautiful brown colors. All right, so we want to do it twice. We hover over, we right click, duplicate, and just move it to the other eye. So then you've got those two weird things there. And there we go. Look at that. If you want to get back to your whole basic adjustments, just double click there and it goes back. So you click once to select it, and then to unselect it you go back. So that's what you've got now. Okay, we're now going to go here. That's what it was, and that's what it is now. That's what it was, and that's what it is now. I think that's really cool. You can either add a little bit of contrast overall. I would then take this into Photoshop and do levels, because I love the levels in Photoshop. But yeah, that's pretty cool. There's another before and another after. I hope you could follow that, and I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much. Peace out.